Alright, I think we're live.
Alright.
I have no idea. Maybe we're live, maybe we're not. Who knows? I know. Or do I? I don't. Maybe? No. Oh yeah, I think I'm live. I am live, but I also need to readjust my layout because Onyx was here last time. Or no, Suki was here last time. It fucked up my layout. As you can see, I am not prepared. That's what it's like to be on my channel. We start on time, but I'm never ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the spectacle. Welcome to the testicle.
I'm with it, Ravin. I'm with that name. But yeah. Anyways, today, welcome everybody. We're going to be going over episode NAGI chapter 30, and we'll be giving our thoughts as to the chapter and yada yada. Topics related to BLUELOCK or just anything in general. We now do have like official memberships now that you can totally go ahead and become a member. You get some awesome benefits. Prices range from $1 up to 10. All the money we get from memberships goes directly into supporting the BLUELOCK New World movie. So if you want to become a member, that way you can support the movie and get some awesome benefits, like some pretty cool custom emojis. Go become a member. Go become a member. Go do it for me. Go do it for Ravin. A lot of benefits you can get, and I think it's definitely worth it. Yeah, I'm totally not here with Ravin. But I'm gonna let the guest introduce himself because it's not Ravin, and I think they should, introduce themselves. So yeah, introduce yourself, not Ravin.
Hello, my name's not Ravin. I'm 36. I'm really into One Piece. I don't know what the stream's about.
Okay, now let's introduce Ravin, the guy who knows what the hell we're talking about.
Hello, my name's Ravin. I'm 20, and I watch BLUELOCK, and I'm kind of upset about season 2, but I really like the last episode.
What are you, like 3 weeks in the past, bro? Anyways. Anyways, we're going to be going through episode NAGI chapter 30. I always yawn whenever I'm on stream. I don't think I've gone on a single stream where I have not yawned. And I don't know why, because I didn't yawn the entire time. We were on a call before this for like an hour. I don't think I yawned a single time on that call. As soon as we get in front of the camera, I'm fucking yawning. I don't get it. I don't know how it works, or why it happens, but I'm here. We're ready. So yeah, let's get into the chapter. So for those who haven't read the chapter because it's not on any pirated site, you can read it on Kodansha, the Kodansha app, but you have to pay. But I have it here. I already paid for it. So yay. Anyways, the chapter begins where it picked off last time with Karasu, Kiora, Aiki, and Atoya being ready to, do their final attack. Karasu says it's over. Kiora says final counter. Aiki screams go. And Atoya says, let's finish this, whoosh, as they begin to rush down the field. We see everyone take their marks with Baro on Kiora, Zantetsu pressing Atoya, Aiki and Karasu running down the field with Chigiri going in to press them. Zantetsu says, crap, they're counterattacking. Baro says, we're gonna lose. Chigiri thinks, if we don't stop them, it's all over. But he feels his leg begin to throb in pain, and he winces from it. He says, damn it, did that dash earlier push my right leg to its limit? At this rate, it's seriously gonna break. However, he hears a voice in his head that says, you really don't want to give up, right? We cut back to him and Isagi's moment in the first selection, and he says, I'm scared, I'm fighting because I don't want it to end. Nobody can achieve their dream if they aren't prepared to fail. Chigiri remembers his words and revitalizes his spirit. Atoya kicks the ball over to Aiki as Zantetsu goes to press and misses. Bado goes to press Aiki as they begin their matchup and hits him with a powerful shoulder charge which nearly makes him lose possession of the ball. However, he manages to get a pass over to Karasu, who Zantetsu is now marking. Zantetsu and Karasu match up, with Karasu sticking his hand out to block Zantetsu. However, he swats his hand away as he begins to close the gap. However, Karasu lifts the ball into the air as Kiora rushes down the other side of the wing. He hits a pass over to Kiora as Nagi begins to rush in to face him. Not yet, Nagi says, I'm going to stop you. His aura is flaring as they begin their matchup. Kiora begins to dribble as he performs a scissor and a dash. However, Nagi's like, no, you're cutting back again. As Kiora pulls the ball back, Nagi doesn't fall for it. Nagi says, right here, Pipsqueak, as he does a shoulder charge into Kiora. Kiora says, come on, Shadow, as he chips the ball over to Otoya, who slips into Nagi's blind spot. He does this while being launched over Nagi's shoulder, and Otoya rushes down the field. Nagi says he made an acrobatic pass while being tackled. Shit, he got past this. He's gonna score. Otoya says adios. However, before he could do anything, if we get to the next thing, Chigiri pulls up and says, move it. Even if I'll still run, even if I fall apart. Chigiri rushes in to stop Otoya from hitting the ball. He says, I'll run towards what fires me up, as he headbutts the ball away from Otoya. As we can see, Chigiri is in flow here. He's got the flow eyes. Otoya says, what? Everyone is shocked. Nagi says, princess, as Chigiri lands on his right knee and takes a massive tumble. The ball launches up into the air. Aiki says, for real, man, what's up with you? I thought you couldn't run anymore. Karasu says, change up, dumbass. It's the second ball. We cut back to Chigiri, who's on the ground. He says, damn it, as he pants. It's really messed up now. This is as far as I go. You'd better score. Don't let my leg go to waste. Chigiri says, the four of us are going to survive, right? We're going to beat Isagi, right? Bado and Nagi's ego flare as Zantetsu picks up the ball. He says, yes, we can. As they begin their final attack with Bado and Nagi on the wings, with Zantetsu speeding down the middle. Karasu said one of them broke. Kiora says, if we stop this, we win. And Otoya says, okay, all out defense. Aiki slides in to try and stop Zantetsu, and he says, Himizu, he tackled me prepared for a foul. But no. Zantetsu puts his hand on the ground, and as he begins to fall, chips the ball over towards Nagi and Bado. He says, I won't let it end like this. I don't want it to end. Take it from here. The strongest, horriblest prodigy duo, as Nagi picks up the ball, and him and Bado begin to rush down the field. And that's where the chapter ends. So, I really like the chapter. I think episode Nagi is always a banger whenever it drops something. That's just my thought. Anything from this chapter stick out to you, Raven?
I do like Chigiri's further motivation.
Yeah.
And of course, that's the whole build to like. If this is like Chigiri's building frustrations up to the U20 match, realizing like, if I never quit in the first place, I would have been better. Would have been way better.
Oh yeah.
Which does beg the question. You've asked the hypothetical of if Chigiri never got injured, would he be New Gen 11?
No, I don't think
level?
he'd be New Gen 11 level. I think he would be on par with Rain of like going into their matchup. I think he would be on par with Rain.
It's a New Gen 11 level. So, would that beg the question, what would have happened if Chigiri never stopped training or never gave up on football, even after his injury? He would be far better conditioned, but of course still has the overall risk of his leg.
I feel like he'd be... So what's the difference though?
The difference is, so a torn ACL doesn't allow it to perform at 100% capabilities. So you got to condition your body to where it can handle at least, like at most, probably 90%.
Mm-hmm.
So his body was no longer conditioned to handle that leg and support it.
Mm-hmm.
So he would basically be always not 100%. He would always be at 90%.
Okay. So the question is, if he just kept training to where his leg could continuously run.
Yeah.
Like his body could still handle his leg.
and there also becomes it's not even a stamina issue. Strain and pains in his ACL area is what stopped him from playing even more in the U20 match. He could have easily conditioned himself if he had continuously trained even after he got injured. Never gave up on the stream, and probably would have lasted the entire U20 game.
Yeah, he could probably last the whole U20 game, but I feel like it wouldn't make much of a difference because he's still like he just would have been able to run more. Like his like here's the thing, Chigiri right now, he only really started to get impacted by stamina in this game here and in the U20 game. He's not really burnt on stamina after that, like after or before that, because he doesn't run fully as much those games. The only thing that would have mattered is if he never got his ACL torn in the first place. He could have, like, just straight up, been better than I think been on par with Rain. Because like while Rain is technique, Chigiri was all speed, and I feel like he 100% could be on Rain's level if he wasn't injured. Because his speed now is not even what it was. His stamina isn't what it was. So take however long it took him to recover from his leg, and then him continuously stop playing. And I feel like he'd definitely be on Rain's level.
Yeah,
that's just my thought.
Another notable highlight is that this was still not the chapter where the last goal was conceded.
It's a little annoying. Like
it's got to be next. If it's not next chapter, I will genuinely be frustrated at that point.
Yeah, this game has been going on since
because I don't know what they're stalling to. Are they really like trying to stall to where Ryo and Nagi get like their match played in the NEL?
Maybe.
So they can have like back-to-back chapters involving Nagi, both on the episode.
They legit might just be trying to get it to as soon as they might just end episode Nagi after the second selection,
like, and then transition over to Nagi and Ryo's perspective
in the main series. As soon it would end episode Nagi manga would end with them leaving the second selection. Like as soon as they enter the room where Isagi is and such, manga would stop for the side story. And as that chapter drops, the next chapter in the main series would be when we first see Nagi and Ryo. Like, I would want to see more of Shido in this. I think this is a good way to flesh Shido out. Like, they could have had him and Shido. Like, they could show the World 5 match of Shido and Ryo and all of them, how Shido scored his goal.
Good to work.
To be honest, I hate how people say, oh, Shido scored against the World 5. Okay, cool. He definitely got assisted.
Did Ravin get mic change? I'm on my phone right now, and I'm also just really tired.
Yeah. He's very tired because bro decided to stay up till 5 a.m.
Well, it's insomnia.
And nausea.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But, yeah. I mean, decent chapter overall. I think it was good. We do have information about the dub for BLUELOCK. So the dub for BLUELOCK hasn't been dropping for like 3 weeks, and that's mostly because of bad weather. For
understandable,
where the actors do their dubbing, and
Texas.
it's on indefinite hiatus. So we don't know when the dub is going to get picked up again. So we're not gonna have any dub until the weather clears up, and they'll let us know. But yeah, it's been very bad for them in that area.
It's gonna feel like we're watching a whole new
world.
It's because the separation between the dub and the actual release is so immense that it's going to feel like we're revisiting, but in a different limelight.
It's also a little disappointing that it ended now because we could have. Next episode is Big Bang Drive and Bottle subbing.
Yeah.
So it's very.
It's a sad time to end.
It's just sad. It's a sad place to end though.
chat.
Yeah.
Get some
Anyways.
L's in the chat.
What? Oh,
Get some L's in the chat.
Anyways, give us something to talk about because we've only been here for 15 minutes and we usually have to go for like 40 at least.
It's crazy how little content we can cover anymore because
Yeah.
we've had hiatus weeks. The anime is no longer continuing as we know it, nor do we have any sort of information regarding the anime either.
Yeah, we don't have anything about the Blue Lock New World movie we can give either. Alright, your theory is that Rin or Isagi, if one of them won the NEO, they get the prize of getting personalized training from either of the masters or another person.
It could be a little fun side plot.
It could.
Because you said yourself that you don't want it to jump right into.
No.
And I understand dedicating a few chapters to training. Of course, that's a necessity. But you said you wanted a mini arc in between.
No, that would make sense. That would be good because, like, okay, so there's 23 people, right?
Yeah.
What you could do before the World Cup is do a branched arc. So, like, the winner of the NEL would leave, leaving 22 people to represent Japan who would train on a formation and such. Kind of like take Haikyuu, like the one thing when Kageyama went to that summer training camp.
Yeah.
Like, and everyone else kind of stayed back to practice and enhance their stuff while he was away. Something kind of like that. Like, if Isagi wins, this could be how you get the Isagi and Sai team up. Like, what if Real was like, listen, your top player, we would like to recruit him for training at our club for.
This was the whole interesting conversation of like, what if Kaiser lost his Real bid somehow, and instead Real made the bid towards Isagi.
But it'd be an interesting way to keep you have Kaiser and Isagi both go to Real. Like,
yeah, but we've seen their team up now.
We've seen their team up, but now you have Sai in the mix.
Of course the author's already confirmed that we're going to see Sai and Isagi team up. Mm-hmm. So I feel like a good approach would be Isagi gets the Real offer instead of Kaiser, and Kaiser gets his offer from Munich back.
But what could be interesting is you have Isagi go right there with him, right? Isagi and Kaiser go, and then there they do a training thing where Isagi has to actually face Kaiser. Because Isagi's never faced Kaiser before. He's only on a team with him, but he's never gone up against him. And this is where you get the Sai and Isagi team up.
That would be a good enough reason in my eyes to why Rin doesn't win the NAL.
Yeah, I think it could be great to do
because like, Rin would want to move past his hyperfixation, so he wouldn't want to go to train with his brother, but he would feel damn envious about Isagi winning and having that opportunity.
I might make this into a video. Like, honestly, hey, you cool if I make that theory into a video? Like, it could be good. You get the. It could also be how you flesh out Sai's backstory at Real.
You can just get like a screenshot of that chat message.
Let's take a picture with my phone. Like, I'm currently working on a video now for this next weekend, but after that I'll probably make it. Just because I think it's a very good idea.
Predicting the next. It's sort of a it's not even like predictions. You're making a fantasy mini arc.
Which two weapons would be the most OP combo? Adam Blake's strength and Loki's speed. That is a bullet train.
He thinks Loki's speed and metavision. I don't believe that's necessarily unstoppable.
If you're that fast, you don't need metavision.
Yeah, you can basically whilst metavision is a foresight for the future. You can react fast enough to where if the future does happen, you can just.
You're already there.
Yeah, I would think pair that with a really good shot range weapon. Like you probably let's combine that speed with size passing, size ability to passing, and therefore that can be translated over into shooting. That sounds insane.
Because really, couldn't any passer just be converted into a shooter?
Yeah, it's a different technique behind it because usually passes are much more aerated instead of power based.
Yeah, but like, here's the thing: Chigiri's 44 Panther Snipe is a pass.
Yeah.
So,
but it's easier to translate shooting into passing rather than passing into shooting. Is what I mean.
Ness being goal scorer incoming. Get ready. Ness is gonna.
I'm not sick. I'm just tired. And Raven, suppose we get to see the individual who forced Sai to change his dreams. I thought it was Luna, and I feel like that makes the most sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, we assumed it was Luna, right? Because Luna's.
If it gets deconfirmed, then that's going to be an interesting take.
Yeah.
But I want to see Luna like break down Nagi in the episode Nagi manga.
Yeah. I hope they cover it. Like
adaptability and copy.
How long do you think the War 5 match would take? Because in the main story, it took 2 chapters.
I think they can dedicate. I think they can dedicate 2 chapters to it, especially because they're longer formed.
Gotcha.
Because none of them score a goal, so therefore it would probably just end with like them getting into the match, them establishing some ground on their side, but then getting the ball stolen, and then the first goal was conceded on the World 5 side, ending the chapter, and then the next chapter would cover the rest of the goals. Could you guys say one thing you would change about every arc? First selection, I would.
How changed do we have to be? Can we change any of the characters
I'm going to say I would fucking remove Kuon's whole betrayal bit. Realistically, it's just because like it seems kind of pointless. I realistically believe the Wanama brothers could have been could have been an impact on their own, something in which their coordination is so impeccable that it requires Chigiri's speed to overcome.
Yeah,
Team Z didn't need to feel pressured in order to have Kuon, who is a completely kind of average player, be on the other side to make it like that much more difficult.
Yeah.
Second selection, I would honestly change the order of individuals who came out of the 100 goal challenge because it makes no sense.
Yeah. How did Shido last?
Kurina's 4th.
Yeah, Kurina's 4th, which means honestly, I would have have Corona over Togemitsu.
Would have been interesting, but in the grand scheme of things, I believe it came down to like convenience of building that. They could probably, if they knew what characters that they wanted to introduce, they could probably have done that way better with Rin's team.
Yeah.
Second selection really doesn't have much nitpicks about it.
It would have been cooler to have Kiora over Tokimitsu.
Yeah.
Given what we know, like Kiora's entire thing is losing physical battles because it gives him an advantage to lose them. So have Bato be forced to match up against the small guy that he can't just power through.
Sure.
Like Chigiri has to compensate for reach and height with his speed. Nagi has to compete with incredible technical skill with his natural talent. Isagi has to compete against Bachata's dribbling and overall playmaking skills with his own playmaking skills. Yeah. So have Bato have to find a way to win a battle without it getting into a physical one because he'll lose it.
Yeah.
Plus, if Sokimitsu doesn't get development, what point you don't need to build him up as one of the bigger bads.
I would weirdly enough not change anything about the third selection or U20 match. I believe it played out to the way it should.
I would change it up to have Hiyori pass to Shido for a goal. Because Shido never scored off of.
It's a nitpick.
It's a nitpick, but like it's a matter of if Shiori was being stated to have the same speed and curvature as Sai. Like it doesn't mean he's the same, but at least show if you're gonna lean into Shido needs a passer. Lean into that with Hiyori. Show that you need a really, really high level passer.
Yeah, and
also, U20 game would have showed Metavision. Would have showed Isagi using Metavision. Don't hint it in the third selection, and then we never see it from him in the U20 game. Like, show it.
It was just a combination of multiple aspects, which was why it was never revealed. Whilst Isagi definitely had obtained flow within that match, he never obtained Metavision back.
Yeah.
Arrow and Ravin, would you be your midfield line or combination? Do you think what? What does that mean?
If we were building a team, who would we have on? I guess who would we have on the midfield, and what combinations would we see? Like, are we expecting to see from the final World Cup team?
You're doing your video on that, aren't you?
Yeah, that's good. That's my next video. So
we'll save that.
Yeah, I'll save Ravin. Unless you're doing one, you can give your answer.
I don't know if I'm doing one. I'll come back to it. I'll decide within the next.
I'll tell you ones of characters that I know we're gonna see, like Nagi and Rail. We're gonna see again.
Yeah.
I want to see Chigiri and Zantetsu though again.
That would be a good.
Or I'd rather see it with Corona and Chigiri.
Pink-haired boys.
Pink-haired boys. Corona's a good post player, and honestly, with Chigiri being the fastest character in Blue Lock and Corona being the second fastest, it would be so cool to have Corona kind of just literally orbit around Chigiri as he's full speed sprinting.
Yeah, and that's not even as difficult for Corona because his stamina drain was due to keeping up with Metavision plays. Yeah. So being able to anticipate where the ball's going at all times, whilst with Chigiri, it usually just stays with him.
Yeah, Chigiri usually holds on to the ball. So honestly, Chigiri and Hiyori would be insane because Hiyori now with Metavision could just put the ball right to Chigiri's golden zone, so he can just full focus on running rather than dribbling.
Yeah.
Like if Chigiri's not dribbling, you aren't stopping him.
I would change Kunigami coming back. Yeah, it seems like they lessened the stakes.
I would disagree. I think Kunigami's decent.
They just lessened the stakes, right? Because like when Kunigami failed originally, it was like, oh my god, one of the main guys of the first selection and was a vocal point of the second selection when we saw him again. Got eliminated, but then he came back, so it kind of dampened the effects. But his purpose in the NEL is shown to be good.
How would I imagine the new Gen 11 goalkeeper to be? I think he's gonna be fucking massive, like Murasaki Bara type, fucking huge.
He can either be massive or just kind of like built as a goalkeeper, but with Metavision.
No, but hear me on this. It's good that he's fucking massive because it would not only give reason for Gagamaru to improve because this goalkeeper is blocking everything. It comes down to you to keep him at an even level. And it would also give good development for any Predator Eye users like Yukimiya and Bado on the team because their whole thing is throwing off his timing. That would be the only way that they could score. So you would have I could see that being a very Bado and Yukimiya centric formation. Having those two be your goal scorers with everyone else trying to act as goal scorers but also create distortion. So you would want good passers. You would want players like Kiora. You would want players like Corona. You would want like good. You would want good people who can link up. You'll want Nico. You'll want Sendo. People who can easily have decent ball control and can get the ball moving quickly. Good one-touch passers. Like, it'd be good for Isagi too, since he can take a direct shot and fake with his twin gun volley. So have those kinds of characters be your goal scorers in that situation.
Yeah, true. Okay, I'm gonna address both of these. Did Yukimi get Metavision before Shido? No, it's Predator's Eye. And who would I give Predator's Eye to? Shido. Yeah, I feel like it's a long time coming for him.
Yeah, Shido. As for Metavision, I don't think there's any characters who meet the requirements to have Metavision that don't already have it.
Mm-hmm.
I keep forgetting to change the episode number.
Dumbass.
I'm so intelligent.
So chemical. I wouldn't give anyone else any sort of Metavision or Predator's Eye because no one else really has the reason to have it.
Yeah.
Predator's Eye would go to Shido because it does seem most fitting, but besides him, no one else.
Yeah, like who else would you really give Predator Eye to?
Yeah, no one really matches that analytical approach or that hyperfixation approach.
In what area do you think we're gonna? Oh, in what area are we going to see improvement in Isagi in the U20 World Cup? I don't think we're going to see anything. I think he's just going to get better at what he's already at. I don't think he's going to unlock anything. I hope he doesn't unlock anything new. Because I reasonably can't think of anything that he would add.
I believe he improves on his true flow state and has different methods of taking shots. He's adapted his two-gun fake volley into a replicable shot. He's able to do it consistently. So I'm hoping to see another form of a shot, and of course just improvement on his true flow state. But I don't think he's going to necessarily gain any new skills, like any properly new skills.
Yeah. Also, stop discussing y'all know nothing about football. How many times do we have to tell you that this is not just a football manga and everything shown in the manga is really unrealistic? Like, sure, there are some things that are accurate to the real world, but
no, I'm vexed.
I'm not.
This is the ultimate rage bait. This bro, no, I'm British.
Yeah. No.
You can ban them, by the way, because they are.
Oh yeah, we can ban them, can't we?
Yeah.
It feels so nice to be able to do that. But yeah, like, listen, we can talk about BLUELOCK because it's not 100% accurate to actual football. Like, no, can't we? If people played like Isagi and Kaiser did, they wouldn't be on the team. They wouldn't be on the same team together.
Yeah. I don't want Isagi to be Sanjin. He won't. He has natural improvement and development and reason to why he evolves. He doesn't go on like I did some off-camera mining kind of shit. He does I improve because I have to adapt to the current environment.
Yeah. Like, here's the thing. Isagi's entire thing is rapid development, but you can't say, oh, why is Isagi evolving at this rapid rate? Everyone is. BLUELOCK has only existed for like 8 months. Ego took a bunch of random high schoolers. And turned them into players who can challenge the world stage for the World Cup in less than a year. Like, it's gonna be something. Like, it's gonna be wild. Everyone's gonna be rapidly developing.
Is Isagi a better defender than Nico?
Yes.
Oh wait, Nico is an attacker. Well, that definitely yes.
Yes, Nico's not that good of a defender.
No,
He's,
no.
he,
He says it as an attacker, which is even more
is
absurd.
is Isagi better? Yeah, but even as a defender, Isagi's better.
Yeah, I know.
Nico is
It's
Nico.
because he has a high level of meta vision.
Yeah, not just that, but Nico's not a good defender. Nico's a good midfielder.
Yeah. Aaron Raven, who do you think deserves a spot in defense with IQ, Nico, or are you?
Audio.
Please explain.
What does Nico bring to the table that Audio doesn't already bring but better? That IQ doesn't bring but better.
It's going to be IQ. Are you? I believe a good if you want like someone else to balance that out, we have Kunigami, who has another fucking insane same level of physicality to him, and also can deliver the ball at field. You have Ryo, which can copy defensive abilities, so he can play as a good in between. You have Raichi, which honestly, I would say Raichi's better than Nico.
Yeah.
As much as meta vision is very helpful, Raichi has like absurd level of stamina. He was able to limit the option of Snuffy.
Yeah. He was able to limit Snuffy. He was able to stop Nico, who was using meta vision. Like, Nico's not that good. I wouldn't even have him as a starter.
Yeah.
Like, if you're building the strongest defensive team, sure, you can throw Nico in on there. But like, if you're building your strongest defensive formation, so like you're trying to apply heavy defense like Cantonasio style, Raichi, Karasu, Reo, Aiku, Aryu, Nico, put those motherfuckers on defense. Put Reo and Karasu in the defensive midfield. Put Raichi, Nico, Aiku, and Aryu in the main defensive line.
Yeah.
That puts like what? That gives you like 7 players. Then have one center forward, have one center forward, 2 wingers, and 1 offensive midfielder. Or no, that's too many. So wait, hold up. I just listed off 6, 7. No, that's enough. 2 wingers, 1 center forward. Yeah.
You'd have one offensive midfielder, 2 center forwards.
Yeah.
Isn't that right?
No, you'd have 2 wingers, 1 center forward.
Because there would be no spot for offensive midfielder if you've already taken up the defensive slots.
Okay, and I guess whatever.
you chat, we're crazy.
Wait, no, you could still have an offensive midfielder with 2 defensive midfielders.
Did you do the math?
Yes.
Okay.
I listed off 6 characters in the defensive line. Add Gagamaru, that's 7. You have 11 on the pitch. 1 offensive midfielder makes 8. 2 wingers makes 10. A center forward makes 11.
What about Tokimitsu? Tokimitsu's getting eliminated, bro.
Yeah, Tokimitsu and Stan. How would Isagi
got yellow carded and hasn't had no character development.
How would Isagi do on every NAL team? I've made videos on this. He would not do very well at Barcha. He would do decent in Ubers. He would do pretty good in Manshine. And he would do alright in PXG. Braster mentions definitely the best for his development.
You'd be competing with Rin the entire time. And I honestly think that I feel like Isagi would slowly get sick of Loki the more and more it goes on.
It would be Rin and Shido he'd have to deal with. How is Isagi gonna stand on the same stage as Rin and Shido, especially when Charles would work with Shido and not Isagi, meaning he doesn't have a good passer, and Rin doesn't need a good, and Rin is already individually better than Isagi.
Yeah. Demotion Rise, he would work best on Manshine. Improving on his physicality as much as he isn't really benefiting in the strategic area, in the rationality sense.
What position is he playing?
You'd have to address us as Arrow and Raven every time you talk.
Yes.
Don't worry, we're seeing your messages.
What position will Isagi play? Center forward or attacking midfielder? It just depends on the formation. If you're going your strongest team, put Isagi center forward.
We have 2 center forwards. It's ideal. And Isagi's one of them.
Yeah. Have Rain and Isagi center forward, and then that's for your strongest team. Because if you have your strongest team, you're not going to need Isagi on midfield to move back and play defense. Because you're going to have your strongest defenders. Plus, you gotta account for everyone's stamina. Like, If he's going to be playing hard defense as well, like, no, you're good. You don't need that.
Isagi has fucking incredible stamina, as we've seen. Like ever since the Manshine game, his stamina has been fucking unrealistic.
Comparable to Kaiser, I'd say, because
yeah,
they use Metavision for about the same length of time now.
Yeah, not to mention, true flow state is likely much more exhausting.
No.
I'd argue yes, because if we're just considering that it's a better Metavision, it's going to have a drain of more stamina.
Well, it's a better Metavision, but it's in the sense of like
he's not conditioned to use that. He hasn't used that in this game yet, until this game.
I put it like this: Metavision, Isagi can tell when it's draining his stamina. His true flow state, I don't think he'd realize it until afterwards because he's like in the zone. The adrenaline's running. As soon as he's out of it, he's like then he feels the repercussions.
Yeah. So that does mean he's being drained.
Yeah, it means he's being. Yes, he is. He's being drained. Drain that. No, but.
All right, buddy. Chill.
No, but I feel like Isagi definitely would. I agree with you that he drained his stamina more, but I don't think he'd realize it until after he stopped.
You think Sai playing for Japan is too OP?
No, I don't think he's gonna play for Japan at all.
Even if he does, you could just make other countries good.
What's the worst
we haven't
position
seen any of the other countries besides France, really.
What's the worst position you can think of from every character? Goalkeeper. Put every character in goalkeeper, and the majority of them are doing horrible.
Okay, Isagi goalkeeper.
Bad. The only good goalkeepers would be Nagi and Audio. Yep. Those are the only other characters who have the potential to be good goalkeepers. Nagi has experience saving shit playing as libero when he was on the volleyball team at his school. So he has experience blocking and saving stuff. And then Audio is just incredibly long and reactive.
Me when I'm long. Yeah, just every character putting goalkeeper, that's the worst position besides Nagi and Ayu. Nagi wouldn't be good in defense. Ayu wouldn't be good as midfield.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
And how many chapters do you think PXU will end? Less than 10.
I'm giving my prediction. I'm gonna say 7.
7 chapters. So what chapter are we on now? 288? Do you think like 295?
Yeah.
I know. I think it'll be. I think it'll end just before that, 293 or 290.
When did those chapter New Gen 11 began? I'm curious about that. That was when he was revealed for the first time.
Just because he had the most unique design in that moment.
Yeah, everyone was just like, "Oh my god, it's a New Gen 11 player."
Yeah. In terms, I think it's gonna end around 93, 94. Manshine game covers 2 or 3 chapters. End of the NEL where they go through their final bids and the arc ends kind of like the U20 game did with like BLUELOCK phase 1 complete, and then we had like going into like we saw Kunigami and Kaiser. That was the end of part 1 of BLUELOCK. I think this will end just at or just before chapter 300.
How much would you bet on that? I would bet something.
He would bet his channel. You heard that right. Ravin is betting his channel.
Be real. What do you think Ray Dark's role? I mean, his current role is his role.
His current role is president.
You mean what impact he'll have? He'll probably try to rig the games. Maybe.
No, I doubt it. Because he's all about. I don't think he'll do it because I don't think they're gonna rig the games. I think his entire role was just like mainly for Kaiser, and now he's just kind of like leading the. Like they introduce his character, and then they introduce Ray Dark in Kaiser's backstory. It's gonna be like, okay, now he was an agent for this association. He recruited Kaiser, and now he's the president. I don't think he'll have a huge role. I think he'll just maybe like appear with the New Gen 11s or something.
I hope to see some metagaming. Like the last match gets rigged by Ray Dark himself.
Yo, what if Ray Dark was the guy who crushed Sai's dream? Not a player.
Yeah. He went over to Spain specifically to say you suck.
No, he went scouting for talent, and he did what Who's the one guy in Aoishi, the one coach who told
I don't know. I
Ashito to
don't
become
want
yeah, well, one of the coaches told Ashito, who was a forward, to become a fullback, like crushing his dreams of being a forward. And he said, if you're ever playing on the stage, it will not be as a forward. It will be as a fullback. You will not play as a forward for my team. I could see him scouting Sai and be like, listen, you do not have what it takes to be a forward. And then he had someone else come in and had multiple forwards come in and destroy him. So I don't think it'd be like just Luna. I think it definitely would be like Ray Dark be like, you don't have what it takes. Let me prove it to you right now. No, he wasn't the German Football Federation. He was just a member of the association.
But chat, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below.
Alright, let's call the stream here because I'm starving. I gotta get some food in me, and I gotta finish this video for today.
I will read this one with all the sad backstories. Imagine if Boris got one.
Yeah. I wasn't always this fat Tanuki-looking motherfucker. I
used to be a
football.
professional player, much like everyone
And then my
else.
father gave me a small loan of $1 million.
Oh my lord! All right, chat. Hope you have yourselves a good evening, morning, afternoon, night.
Tomorrow.
Pokemon.
Digimon.
We got the new Pokemon set coming out in English this Friday. Be ready.